Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. I'm here this morning with a quick and simple project. I am going to be showing you how to make some little gift cards to go into this cute pizza box. I'm going to be doing some watercoloring and using the Making Christmas Bright and Making Everyday Bright stamp sets. These two, well, this one, the Making Christmas Bright, comes in the catalog bundled with the punch to punch out the Christmas lights. But a few pages later in the catalog, they have the Making Everyday Bright stamp set as well, which I just absolutely adored, with the little bunny rabbits and penguins. You're going to see these coming up on cards of mine soon because they're just too cute. But today I'm going to use the snowflake light bulb along with some sayings from Making Christmas Bright. So let's get started. I have actually got my Stamparatus here, and I'm going to be using it for pretty much my whole card. Right now I have it set up with the light bulb on here, and I just did this in advance. You can actually see here I pre-stamped one so that I could line up the snowflake, and I just did that on our awesome new grid paper, so it makes it so nice. Then I can actually use these lines as well to line up my cardstock so that when I'm stamping, I can stamp in a way that's going to make this easy to punch out as well. So I'm going to ink up the actual light bulb with some black memento. And there we go. And now I'm going to color in that snowflake using the separate snowflake stamp. So you can have that snowflake in any color you want. I'm using Bermuda Bay today. Seems to be my go-to Christmas color this year. And I've already lined that up, so I can just confidently push that down. And I've colored in my snowflake beautifully. So you can see that I've stamped this on a slightly larger piece of paper. The reason for that is because I actually was stamping earlier, and I stamped a bunch on papers that were exactly the right size and realized I can't hold my punch properly to punch the light bulbs out if I do that. So I've actually stamped this one, so I've got lots of paper to hold on to. I'll be able to stamp more along here as I go, and I'll have little bits of paper sticking out the edge to hold on to. So now I can line that up and punch that out. Now you can see this punch also punches out the base. I've actually done my bases separately, and I stamped them out earlier just out of some black, and I just grabbed just the base of the light bulb. So this is kind of nice because you can do whole card stock and, you know, mix and match colors, or you can do it in just these little bits. So now that I've got the little bits cut out, I'm going to grab some mini glue dots because I don't want to lose that base. I'm going to attach it to my light bulb right away. The base of these light bulbs looks really nice in our silver paper as well. But for this card, I wanted to keep it in the black and whites with just a spot of color. So I've just put a spot on the back, and I'm going to attach that. So there we go. We have our finished light bulb, and it's ready to go on our card front when our card front is ready. Now, I've just moved my Stamparatus out of your eye shot. I'll bring it back in. And I am actually going to take off all of my plates and set them to the side. I'm going to be making a bunch more of these this afternoon. I'm getting ready for a craft fair. And I'm also going to remove my grid paper and my foam, because I don't need those for this next step. And I'm going to show you the magnets store nicely on the back so that they don't get stuck on each other. And so there we go, that's all stored. Now I have this really nice glass surface. Oh, actually, I'm going to need my magnets though. Grab those back. So I'm a little bit sleepy this morning. We were out fairly late last night. I took my son and some of his friends to go see Nitro Circus. Fabulous show, but out way too late. So there we go. I have this really beautiful glass surface. So I've got a piece here of shimmer cardstock that I cut out using the largest of the, oh darn it, words are escaping me, the largest of the stitched shapes framelit dies. So this one comes with the circles, ovals, and the square. So I used the largest square to cut this out of shimmer paper. And what I'm actually going to do is use my magnets to hold this paper down. Kind of like when you tape something down to do some watercoloring. Well, this is just a quicker way of doing it because I'm going to just magnet it down. Now, I actually even have extra magnets, and I could do the other two on the side, but I found I don't really need that. So I'm going to grab my Bermuda Bay ink, and I'm actually also going to just put a drop of ink from my re-inker into the lid here, just a single drop. There we go. You can just squeeze your ink pad together and get a little ink on the lid if you'd like, but I'm going for kind of a vibrant look, so I like having the extra drop of ink there. So using my aqua pen, I just put a few drops of water in there, mix that up, so I've got some nice watercolors, and then I just come in here, and you don't need a very thick layer. You just want to come in, and I'm doing a quick background. Once that's done, I just clean off my brush with a Kleenex. Just kind of wipe it until it's dry, or until it's not got color on the tip. There we go. And put my lid back on that. Now, I could wait for this to dry, but I want to get going with this video, so I am going to get out my heat tool and excuse the noise for a moment while I dry this. Okay, so those magnets warmed up a little bit, but they're not too hot. Just going to push them to the side. I'm just going to give this one more blow to dry because we are going to be stamping on it, and I don't want our black ink to run. There we go. But usually when I do this, I actually pre-watercolor my backgrounds, and I just kind of do it throughout the day. Every time I pass by my desk, I throw a new paper on, watercolor it, and let it dry naturally. Sometimes you can see here where my heat tool was a little too close, so you want to kind of keep a distance. I've got the camera in the way right now, so I wasn't able to stay as far back as I would have liked. But yeah, keep a little distance so you don't get that. That's not going to be a huge deal. I'm going to turn this that way, and it's kind of going to get hidden by our stamping. So I'm going to bring back my Memento black ink. And I have got here the May Your Christmas Be stamp. And on my other block, I have Bright. So I'm going to stamp May Your Christmas Be, and just slightly to the right. I'm trying to leave some space on the left for that cute little light bulb that we created. May your Christmas be bright. So beautiful. There we go. So with those two stamped, I'm going to put my ink away. And I have got some silver baker's twine here. I have gone through so many spools of this. It is a little embarrassing, but I just absolutely love it. That little bit of sparkle it adds to a card is just gorgeous. So I'm going to tie this. I love the double wrapping as well. I just like the look that it creates on a card. So I know I go through a little bit more than if I just did a single wrap, but I like the look. So here we go. Now it's going to fiddle with this, get this tied into a bow. You know, some of you have heard me say this is always my most challenging part, is getting these bows and getting them to sit right. On this particular card, my main goal is just to have it so it's not blocking too much of the wording. So I may have to, oh no, there we go. Getting that to twist the right way. It's just really fiddling, pulling it around and trying to train it to do what you want it to do. It's not too bad. There we go. So that's not blocking my words. Now I've got some ends to trim up here, so I'm just gonna snip those. I don't like the look of the frayed end. That's one thing with this baker's twine, is if you use it too much, the ends really do fray quite quickly. So You want to work with it as quickly as possible. Try not to twist it at all. All right, so with that done, I'm going to grab some mini dimensionals and pop those onto the back of my light bulb. I love these mini ones, no more cutting up my big sheets to make them fit in small spots. So those are the perfect size. And I'm going to actually put this so that it sits over top of my string here, my baker's twine. Here we go. Tuck that in behind as well. There we go. So making Christmas bright. And my last step is I'm going to use some tear and tape to yeah, I'm going to use some tear and tape to attach this to the front of a little card that I made. So I cut some of our thick cardstock into a 6x3 and then scored it at 3 inches to make a cute little note card. And some of you are wondering maybe why I didn't just do all of this right onto the card. I'm a little bit paranoid about stamping straight onto cards. I tend to do a layer just because if you mess up a tiny piece of cardstock, just grab a new one or flip it over and go again. Whereas if you stamp and wreck the whole card, then you're kind of done. So I like to always do little layers. Plus on this one, I am using the shimmery cardstock and then attaching it to just plain well, thick cardstock. So I didn't want the whole card to be shimmery. The shimmer paper is just slightly more expensive than the regular paper, and so just trying to keep costs down a little bit as well. These are just little gift tags, so there we go. Attach that. And our gift card is done. I can make a series of these and put 4 or 5 of them into one of these little boxes, and I've got the mini envelopes here to go with them as well. So I'll pop that in there along with that little card, and you've got a cute little hostess gift or a nice little way of storing your cards for Christmas gifts until the box is empty, and then it's a nice little box. It is food safe on the inside, so you can put a few little baked treats in there or 4 little chocolates, and you've got some nice packaging as well to give a little gift in. So that is, oh, good morning, Jamie. That is my project for today, and I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that you're going to try out the aqua pens and take a look through our holiday catalog. There's some great stuff in there. If you want to ask me any questions, I'll be watching the posts on this video, and please do share the video. I will be doing a prize patrol for people who have shared the video. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye!